Hello there. So yeah, man, it's Daniel here. Fuck, man. The pickup rate today was shit. That was it. Kabuk! That's what I can say, man. It was terrible. I had one call, and like this time I did different. Not the way that I structured the call. I still did the presentation and shit, but I broke down the phases. So I was like, problem, like in the beginning with current situation. No, it was like connection, current situation, problem awareness, and then yeah, I do the pitch, not the pitch, like I show the resort, explain the things, and then solution awareness, and then I kind of did the consequence. I didn't do the consequence properly, and then after that, no price drop, and then like the for this guy, the money wasn't a problem, but he was like, yeah, I need to analyze this, and I'll talk with my daughter and like also I think it's his like nephew, and she's a lawyer. So like yeah, and I was like ah. And then the guy was like okay, that's not a problem. Like, and then like I tried to push for today. The guy was like yeah no, like by the end of the month. I'm like fuck. And then I feel like oh like I should have like pushed for like the most like 3 days. Like to get the answer by Wednesday. But I did like, let's do next Monday. Oh, fuck, man. Terrible, terrible. But, like, it was good. Like, it was the first time that I did my process, the high ticket process. So, that was that. And, fuck, man. And, yeah, man. And, like, I just, like, this guy that I booked for today, he was like, a fresh lead and like was through text, like wasn't through dialing. And like even the like I dialed like 350 times. I got like 4 pickups. 4. And like my WhatsApp got blocked as well. So like I don't know like how I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And and then I passed some of my leads to like my supervisor, and she was like, yeah, fucking man, like if you can make a sale, good. If you can't, whatever. And like the thing is that like yesterday, I ate like some junky food, and I was like, I'm gonna do fasting, and that fucked me up because like I wasn't like I'm doing fasting, but like not like because I have breakfast before I go, but like yeah I didn't, and I forgot my sweetener, and like the sweetener of the company is shit. So I didn't drink coffee as well. So like no coffee, no food, just water. So my energy levels they were not at that like that. So yeah, but still, man, I died, and I was like, okay, this is like an opportunity for me to like really, like still put the work, even though like I'm not in the best shape or form. You know. Then we had a training. Usually I don't like the trainings, but like this was a good training because she clarified some of my questions. You know, and yeah, man, clarified some of my questions, and like I was just like, man, fuck, man, like because now, like I'm at the point where like up to like the no 15th call, 20th call, I could still like argue that like how like I'm learning and like no, so like it's normal to not get the closes, and I was just like I need to put the reps in. But like now, that was my 30th call. So like from no, it was my 34th call. So like now like I already know like it enough. Like of course there's a lot of like little details and like picky things, but like the more like the bulk of it, the bulk, I already like learned that. So now it's a matter of sales, you know. So like I'm not gonna lie, I'm worried. I'm worried about that. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm freaking worried about that. Like fuck man. Like if like, because if I get laid down with like this is like I got lucky. I'm not gonna say like was my skill. No, I got lucky and I closed that guy. But like that was like one like that happens like once in a lifetime. Like it's rare, and I cannot like rely on that. So like I need like now to really evolve. You know, in terms of objections and like the presentation. It's fine. Like it's really fine. Like now it's more about asking the right questions before I do the slide deck. Do the slide deck as quick as possible, like briefly as possible. But like still like know, talking about the things that they care about, and then like do the consequence. Like I have to do the future pacing. You know, do the future pacing, and then the consequence, man. I need to do the consequence properly, and then like for example, like because I'm learning, like for example that was the guy, like I really believe that the guy was like yeah because of taxes, like he was like yeah I'm not, like it's not a good call because of taxes, and like I believe that shit. I really I did. It's like no, this is bullshit, because like it's not related, it's not correlated. The thing is was just like the upfront amount was too much. I was like oh interesting. I never heard of that. So still learning, and I'm worried. I'm worried about. I know, like I cannot just say like, oh fuck, like 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 100% certainty that I can book calls, but like from what I've seen so far, like that's not like the major problem. The major problem is more clothing, you know, and that's a more like complex problem that involve a lot of other variables. So like now that's the problem. That's the bottleneck. That's the constraint, and that's the thing that I'm gonna focus on now. So yeah, man, that's it. Let's keep moving forward and let's conquer. Bye.